what you may be used to in other capital markets. And I think that the root of the biggest difference, and hence probably exactly is it? Well, essentially what the Forex is abbreviation obviously for foreign exchange, and it's the relative value of one currency versus another. Now this has probably all been in one shape or another at one time in our lives. So let's imagine right now that we're not talking about MetaTrader or we're take a vacation. Let's say that you live in the United States and you're planning to go take a vacation to Switzerland. That means that you're going to have to convert. This is the symbol for Swiss francs, and this is the notation you would see when you're talking about a Forex pair. This is the dollar compared to the franc. Well, what is the 49? What that means is that means it costs 1.2049 francs to buy a dollar. So that's pretty simple. Decimal place when you're getting really good pricing, so you can get all the way out here to the 5th decimal place. And this decimal place right here from 2049 to 2050, then we've moved up 1 pip. So you'll hear Forex traders use that verbiage all the time. Now if we were to $1 worth of spending money into francs at this particular exchange rate, well that's going to give us 602 foreign exchange transaction. If you've ever traveled abroad, this is what you've done. So you've turned your domestic currency into another currency at the exchange rate. This is one. And talk about, well, what happens at the end of the summer when we've decided to leave our vacation and start to go home, and we haven't spent any of our spending cash. So we still have these 602 francs. And we still have those 602 francs in our wallet, and we're looking to be able to exchange them back into dollars. Now some time has elapsed. The relative value between these two 0, 0, or in some cases you'll see the a quote taken out to the 5th decimal place. So it's changed. Essentially we've lost 1,049 pips because what's really happening here is that we have our 602 francs, and we're going to convert them into dollars. But what's happened here is that now it costs fewer francs. It used to be a little better than 1.2 francs to buy a dollar. So the franc has actually increased in value versus the dollar. So this is the way that a Forex transaction must be a bad thing for us. Well, not necessarily, and this is something that's hard to wrap your head around when you first learn it. If we convert this $47. Now that means that we just made a profit on our vacation of 10%, at least on our spending money. And the reason why was because in value. This is just like if you held a stock that's worth dollars and it appreciates in value versus the dollar. The franc, we held this to our domestic currency and we're able to walk away with a profit. Well, this is the same way that the foreign exchange works. Now, the way that you'll see this actually charted on a chart like any other capital market is axis, and you'll see trends that look like this, just like anything else that you would see in any other capital market. Now, when you've got the trend going up, then when the trend is going down, the currency on the left-hand side is actually depreciating in value, and the currency on the right-hand side is appreciating in value. Right there, and then decided to come home right there, where the franc was appreciating during that trend. This is what moves currency exchange, sometimes over a very short-term basis, depending on what kind of trader you are, and other times on a very long-term basis, again, depending on what kind of a trader you are. Account, and it's much easier and much more convenient than having to fly all the way to Switzerland.